Okay, welcome to Academic Corner with Josh. Yes, so in this um, interactive section, we have in our means someone that I respect so much. He doesn't know about it. that So we have Dr. Yakub Kayode Saheed. He's a very renounce. When I mean renounce, I know what I'm talking about. For you to know whom he is, please, I want you to go to Google and type his name and go to his Google profile. You will really understand why he's a very renowned. Don't look at his face. Don't look at his face. Very accomplished um, researcher who is also aspiring to accomplish more. He has done a lot. He's still doing more. So and he is with American uh, University of Nigeria, Yola, Adamawa State, Nigeria, in the Department of Computer Science, and also is also a postdoctoral fellow at the Northwest University, South Africa. So you can imagine. That's why I say that he's a very resourceful person. So please, Doc, over to you. Please, can you tell us who you are? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Thank you for having me this afternoon. I'm Dr. Yakub Kayode Saheed, and presently I'm working as an assistant professor at the American University of Nigeria. And also I'm working at the Northwest University in South Africa as a postdoc fellow with Professor Joshua. And thank you for also having me this afternoon. Yeah, my field of research and my area of interest is computer science. I hold BSc in computer science, master's in computer science, and also doctorate in the field of computer science. So I started my academic journey in the year 2018. That was immediately after my PhD. So I can say my journey into academia was inspired by combination of my passion for knowledge, my love for problem solving. Because when we look at the field of computing, it's all about problem solving. We want to solve problems. The field of technology, IT, the field of information system, it's about how we can solve problems. So how we can use technology to solve societal problems. So I can say my journey into academia was inspired by my combination and my passion for knowledge, my love for problem solving, like I said, and desire to make a meaningful impact, on the next generation. So basically, I can say it's about how I can make meaningful contribution to the next generation. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, that's quite interesting and inspiring, because in order to excel in this academic environment, something must drive you beyond building a career to earn salary, and that's quite interesting. Thank you so much. So, and I know being an academia also involves not just a research, also involves teaching, going to classroom and so on and so forth. So now, what do you find most rewarding about your teaching in computer science, to be precise? And how do you engage with your student in making your lesson, your teaching more effective?
Thank you, Prof. Let me say I find joy in mentoring students, helping them to navigate their academic journey and also develop critical thinking skills and discover their own passion within their own field, not computing field alone, but within their field. Because at times we also normally take, whenever I come across students who are not background in computing, but how do I try to develop their own critical thinking skills? So for me, I find great joy in mentoring students, find joy in trying to help them to navigate their academic journey. So in order to have effective learning, or to create or to make my classroom effective, what I normally look into is I focus on creating an engaging and also an inclusive classroom environment. I believe that active participation by students is key to develop their own learning process. And also, I try as much as possible to incorporate interactive methods to my learning, especially hands-on. You know, in the field of technology nowadays, it's about the skills. It's about hands-on approach, teaching with hands-on approach, teaching with real-world cases, and also trying to engage your student. So for me, I believe in an interactive and inclusive classroom where the students not only learn the essentials, but the instructor like me and also professor will be able to obtain new insight into what I'm discussing. So I believe in an interactive classroom. I try as much as possible to use real-world cases. I use industry relevant problems because I also need to inculcate the industry skills to my student, to pass it to my student. So I try as much as possible to help my student to see the practical relevance of whatever they are learning, the practical relevance of whatever they are seeing. So I also try to leverage technology in my classroom because I believe that many of these students, by the time they graduate from the school, they are going to be exposed to industry setting. So they need to know some of the tools that is available in the industry. So I introduce them to some of these tools. I introduce them to simulation tools. I introduce them to some of the tools they are going to come across in the industry. Then also another important aspect of my teaching philosophy and my teaching experience is that I make an effort to understand my students. I try as much as possible to understand the individual student learning styles, the individual student challenges, and also the student goals. So by the time I understand the peculiar challenges of individual students, this normally allows me to try to incorporate pedagogic approach. I can say pedagogical approach in order to provide what I refer to as personalized support to these students. Did you get it, Prof? I try to provide personalized support to my students. So this encourage them to give me like they are very close to me, they are open to me. So it creates a safe space between me and my students. Did you get my point clear, Prof? So,
Yes.
I try to encourage open communications. So where students feels comfortable to ask me questions, to share their ideas that are even challenging to them. And also I will try to provide what I can refer to as pastoral approach to solving their challenges. Thank you, Prof.
That's quite enriching. That's quite interesting and very enriching. Yes, you talked about on the try to understand your students, looking at their learning needs, right? Meeting them, bringing learning to their level. So, do you have any specific example whereby you have seen a student with a special learning need, and then how you were able to bring that very particular student on par with other students? Yeah.
Thank you. There was a time I could remember in the year 2019 thereabout. I have a student who had a learning peer problem. So this student, most times we have somebody who normally use this sign language to demonstrate to the students. But I realized that most times this particular student struggle to meet up with the assignment and to turn in our assignments and also to turn in our quizzes. Did you get it now? So I had to come down to our level in order to give her some period. Like if I'm giving a due date, I normally give her a different deadline from other students in order for her to be able to grasp the concept clearly and also be able to, for her to also be able to turn her own assignment. So I don't give the same due time, the same deadline, but I give her more time. I create this flexible learning style for her. I try to also give her the opportunity to use the office hour to contact me whenever she's having any problem with her work. So I encourage her to take advantage of office hour that, oh, you can reach out to me whenever you're having problems. She can read very well and she can write. It's just the learning disability. So by the time she comes around, I try to put her through on some of these concepts. I break down things to her level. Try as much as possible. I try to give her this beginner level approach to problem solving. So I try to come to her level. So this is some of the methods I used in trying to help these students to navigate with our courses.
That is good, because not because I know some lecturers who want one size fit all, but thank you so much. You see, that's why I say you're very accomplished. That's why I made that introduction, because you don't go off your way to ensure that you carry a student from the basics to the point where you can say, okay, now you can stand on your own without necessarily looking at one at the same level. That is good. Thank you so much. And I believe this will inspire other academians to look at things from different angle, not than just looking at our students are the same. Okay, so now looking at your accomplishment in your years of being an academia, your research and everything. Now, what can you say is your main research interest within the family of computer science, and what impact do you hope your research work will make in the field, or what impact do you see your research work making in life, in the society?
Thank you, Prof. My research interest lies in the intersection of artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, and Internet of Things, with a particular focus on, let me say, applying artificial intelligence to solve societal challenges, societal problems. And I'll say that one of the key impacts I hope my work will have is to try as much as possible to bridge the gap between what I refer to as theoretical advancement and practical applications. Okay. Most times, in the field of academia, what we are looking into, we look at the theoretical implication of work, the theoretical advancement, and come up with a novel idea. But for me, I believe that my work should be able to bridge the gap between the theoretical advancement and practical implication. And that's why I said I'm looking at the aspect of solving societal challenges. So for me, I believe that my work is about exploring how cutting edge and also what I will refer to as emerging technologies can be leveraged to address real-world problems, to solve real-world challenges, particularly in the areas of health, areas of education, because we need to solve health, education, and also sustainable development. Sustainable development for me is very essential. So I believe in this key area. So basically my goal and the impact of my work, I can say, is to contribute to a future where technology, both emerging technologies that are coming, like blockchain technology, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, generative AI, how we can actually make them to be more equitable and accessible to all. So for me, I hope my work is going to inspire next generations of academia, next generation of researchers, next generation of industry practitioners to continue to explore innovative solutions that address both technical challenges and what I will refer to as the societal needs, the societal problems. So for me, my work is about engaging and solving real-world problems within our society.
Solving real-world problem within our society, and that is what can really make our academic writing very relevant and not just being a talk show. Because I did a research at master's level looking at the relevance of academic writing. Because remember, there is this slogan in academia that says, publish or you perish.
Yes.
And that is one of the things that pushes a lot of academians to write and to publish. But it has gone beyond that. It's not it's still there, but it's not more what I see these days, or more of publish or you lose your or you are not promoted. So the people are now publishing to be promoted. But you find out, in order for to make our research much more relevant, we need to do it with those things, and then focus on more engaging research that have a genuine impact, that inform decisions, that provide the informed policies,
Thank you, Prof.
guidelines in society and
Thank
everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
So definitely you are doing well in that aspect, because if our research is now making that impact, definitely it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
The effort is gonna be it doesn't worth it. Okay, now I'm looking at your research area, and having seen your publication that is doing a very I must confess that your research, when you look at the citation aspect of it, is quite amazing. You are doing well in that aspect now. And because you have published many academic papers in very high impact journals, Q1, Q2, and so many others, what is your secret?
Thank you, Prof.
Because I know academians find it difficult to break into Q1, Q2, even Q3, and even the one without any that have no visible impact. Even academians find it challenging to publish, even to write even ordinary academic essay, right? They find it difficult to do that, but you are publishing high impact journals. Please, can you share with us your experience and how are you managing to do that?
Hello, Prof. Sorry, it's my network.
Okay.
Hello, Prof.
Yes, can you hear me?
Can I have the floor now? Yes, I
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have the floor now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You see, for me, I believe publishing high quality academic papers, for me, has been a rewarding and also what I would say it's challenging journey. And I believe that there is no, the secret for me lies in what I refer to as uh, persistence, the passion, and also collaboration. You know, research to me is about having that passion for it. I want to solve problems. I want to make impact in the society. I want to solve a problem that have been a long-standing problem. How can I solve this problem? So for me, passion, persistence, and collaboration are key. And for me, I would say that, when you are talking about persistence, research is not something that we can say is a linear process. In mathematics, we learn what is being referred to as linear algebra. So I believe research is not a linear process. It's not a linear algebra thing. It involves a lot of trial and error. You need to refine your ideas. You need to think outside of the box. And sometimes in fact, you have to start all over again and also formulate your hypothesis again. So for me, I learned to embrace failure as part of my journey in research and to view this, what I refer to as learning, to view the setback that I may encounter as a learning process. So I see each of the setback that I can have in my research as an opportunity to learn and also an opportunity for me to improve my work. So this mindset, this belief has been crucial for me in producing work that is rigorous, in also conducting research that is innovative and also impactful. And also on the aspect of collaboration, collaboration has also played a key significant role in my sources. Did you get it, Prof? For me, I believe collaboration is very important. I've been fortunate to work with brilliant colleagues, brilliant mentors like you. So I've also been fortunate to work with students, like some of my students who are also aspiring to become a researcher. So I strongly believe that there is no real secret to publish in high quality journals than curiosity. You just have to have that curiosity, the passion, hard work, and persistence, and commitment to excellence. So these are what I can say have been my secret. Did you get it, Prof?
Yes,
These
thank
are what I can refer to as my secret. And there is no one size fits all approach, but I can say it's just about passion, persistence, and collaboration.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Prof.
Thank you so. Now, I think let me further ask you on this aspect of collab, the last part of your three key secret component, what I can term three key secret component of your success as a researcher. Talked about collaboration. How are you doing it? Who is pushing who? Are you the one searching for collaborators, or they are the one coming to you?
Thank you, Prof. You see, at times I can say most times I receive messages and calls for collaboration. In fact, just last week there was a work I did in 2018 when I just completed. I think okay, I was still on my PhD program, but the work was around 2018. So the person called me last week. He said he was calling from Enugu State. Yes, he called from Enugu State. I still have his contact. So he requested for the work was basically on using data mining to predict student academic performance.
Okay.
So he now said he read the paper and they are also working in that area with some of his colleagues. And they want me to help them to look at the technical aspect of how to use this data mining approach. So he told me they are interested in using support vector machine. And he asked me how I was able to get the data that I used in the work. Then I told him, I said, the data is from the school I was working. I was working with a school before I joined the American University of Nigeria. That was in Ilorin. It's also a private university, Alikma University. I was working there as an assistant lecturer then when we did this work. So I told him that the data, it was the student the student was my student, my BSc project student. So I supervised him. So then I asked him to collect the data. So it was the data we sourced from the university. I told him, so this man told me he's interested in the work that, can we still get them the data? I said, of course, I still have access to the data. But I will advise that you should try to expand the scope of this work by trying to get the data from your own university too. Then you can put this data together to do this work. Then you can say you look at probably two private university, one in North Central, because Kwara State is North Central, another one from the southeast part of Nigeria. So I told him, so most times I normally get a call, I normally get messages for collaboration. But I believe collaboration is very important. You cannot be versatile in every field. You can just collaborate with your colleagues in order to also gain one or two aspects of research. So for me, collaboration is very important and very essential, Prof.
Now, yes, you can't overemphasize it. It's very important. Collaboration is very important because, and also in simplifying it, collaboration enables you to do more instead of you doing 100%. If you're two, you do 50% each, or even less than that, depending on that. If you're more than that, depending on how as numbers increase, that can also increase the workload of the whole thing. So now let's push it a little bit further. So now, just in a minute, in a minute, can you tell us your highest achievement as an academia and how did you achieve it?
Thank you, Prof. I would say one of my most significant achievements in my teaching career has been the opportunity to inspire, opportunity to mentor students who have gone to achieve remarkable success in their own academic and professional journey. For instance, I've had the privilege of guiding several students. Like I said earlier, that one of my students, we did a work together through their research projects, some of which have been published in reputable journals and also presented at international conferences. So seeing their work recognized on such platforms has been incredibly rewarding and also a testament to their hard work and dedication, and also for me too. So also another highlight that I would say is about designing and implementing innovative courses that bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical applications. For instance, in some of my classes, I try as much as possible to develop a course that integrates cutting edge, I use that word, cutting edge technologies like artificial intelligence with real world problem solving. So the feedback that I've been getting from my students are quite encouraging. And even here in my school, in my university here at the American University of Nigeria, aside from aside from you testing your students with examinations and CA, students also have the opportunity to evaluate their students. So there is something we call student evaluation. So we normally have that every semester here. The students will evaluate your class without even you knowing the particular student. So there is a form for them to fill. They will submit that to the university provost. So we have that exercise every semester. So students have been, my feedback have been encouraging, and it has been overwhelmingly, let me say, positive, with many expressing how my courses has helped them to understand and also help them to prepare for the industry challenges. Thank you.
That is very good. So now let's we're wrapping up. We have a few minutes to wrap up this. One thing I want to know, you're a family man, you're an academia, you're this, you're that, you're achieving great publishing. And I must also say one of your achievements can also be the impact your research, your postdoc fellowship, which also shown based on your research output. So now looking at that, how are you managing all this thing, being a family man, right? And then your academic life and other social engagement. How are you able to manage that in a minute, please?
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Balancing, for me, I believe balancing academic life, trying to balance your social activities and hobbies is something that I've tried to learn to prioritize, Prof. For me, I believe everything is about prioritization. Like, oh, I want to prioritize this over this. I want to do this over this. So this helped me to maintain high productivity and also overall well-being. So I try to prioritize my academic engagement and also try to prioritize my hobbies. Did you get it now? Yes. And one of the key strategies to this, Prof, is time management. One of the key strategies to this for me is time management. I plan my weeks carefully. I also try to set out what I will refer to as order of priority, that this is the significant thing for me to do now, then this, then this, then this. So I prioritize my activities. I try as much as also possible to value my quality time with my family and friends, because family and friends are also very important. So this moment remind me of the importance. When you are with your family, you are with your friends, it reminds me of the importance of connection. You need to connect with your friends, connect with your loved ones. And these have really helped me to stay balanced and also to be motivated to do more. So it's about time management for me. I set priority to everything. I prioritize my activities and my engagement.
Thank you so much. Quickly, because I know in all these achievements and your successes and your journey, I know you might have encountered some challenges. Please, in a nutshell, in a minute, what are those challenges and how you managed to confront them, and also your advice for other early career academians and students as well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. That's a very good and also a great question for me. Like, I would say that my academic journey, like everybody is filled with ups and downs, there are challenges, there are moments of significant challenges, and there are moments of when everything is going on smoothly. I would say that one of the biggest hurdles that I have back then was during my PhD, early days of my PhD. I was like, is this thing meant for me like this? Because Prof, is not easy at all. I had to I asked myself that question that, oh, this thing, am I going to be able to overcome this thing? Like this PhD, is it for me, or I need to look for another thing entirely and venture into another career? So, there was time like these are times of self-doubt, especially during my early years of PhD, like I said, but you need to just overcome all these things. So
Yes.
I need to summon my courage. I summon my passion for learning. I summon my courage, the imposter, because I can say it's more of imposter syndrome. I try
Yes.
to overcome it and also build my confidence. So I was able to overcome some of the research questions that I've actually posted earlier to me in my PhD. Then also another challenge that this our feed is more of tripod. I see it as tripod, publishing, teaching, and community service.
Yes.
Community service is what you are doing now. What you are doing now is community service. How you can help the next generation to bring them to this career, and also how they can be able to navigate easily this career. And this is something that I can say it's a brilliant idea from a brilliant person like you. So for me,
Thank you.
I believe the challenges of that tripod, research, career, and community service is something that it's something that is not easy, but you just have to prioritize. Like I said earlier, it's a matter of priority. By the time
Thank
you prioritize you know that, oh, this is what I want to do now. This is what I want to do now. So
you.
I would like to encourage early career students or students that are coming into this field that there will be failure. Like I said, there are failure. There are several significant setbacks. But my first piece of advice for them is that they should see this failure, they should see it as an opportunity for them to learn. They should see it as a learning process. They
Yes.
should not just see it as a setback and want to withdraw. Like I said, I also saw there was so many, I was overwhelmed with challenges here and there. You know, I was overwhelmed with challenges here and there. But my passion for the feed, then my passion for making contribution to the feed, and also my passion for solving societal problems actually helped me. So I was able to summon my courage. I was able to summon the imposter syndrome, overcome it, and I was able to see some of these setbacks. I view them as, I see these obstacles as opportunities to grow.
Yes.
So I will tell the upcoming scientists and also early career researchers to see these as an opportunity to grow, and they should refine their ideas. So
Thank you.
resilience is also part of what I would say is very instrumental in this.
Okay.
Resilience, you need to be resilient. Then lastly, Prof, one important thing is to surround yourself with people who you can say mentor, people like you. Surround yourself with strong support network is very
Thank you so
essential.
much.
Your
Okay.
support network is very
Thank you so
important.
much. I think here is where we draw the curtain of our discussion. And we have
Thank
had